The first time I met her, she nearly took my face off. I'd been stationed on Oloris for barely a week, a terraforming outpost still under construction, orbiting a red dwarf on the edge of Coalition space. We were warned about the local fauna, dense jungles, acidic rainstorms, and territorial wildlife. But no one mentioned her. I was just doing my usual supply checks near the northern ridge, far from the base perimeter. I ducked into a ruined scout shelter to avoid the rain, and that's when she jumped me. She wasn't much taller than my chest, covered in soft, midnight gray fur. Her claws were sharp, but small, more for climbing than fighting. Her feline ears twitched with every movement I made, and her tail was puffed up like a threatened house cat. Fangs bared, she growled at me with a surprisingly deep rumble for such a tiny thing. "Out!" she snarled, her voice thick with an alien accent, but understandable. "Leave now." "Human?" I backed up, hands raised. "Whoa, okay. Sorry. Didn't know it was occupied." She glared at me, chest rising and falling quickly, eyes glowing faintly in the dim light. But underneath all the hostility, her cheeks were tinged with a faint violet blush. "I said leave," she barked again, louder this time, but there was hesitation in her voice. So I left. I could take a hint. But the moment I stepped out, I realized the acid rain had started. I had maybe 20 seconds before it had eaten through my jacket. I turned back to the doorway. I really don't want to die out here. There was silence inside. Then a low huff. "Tise fine. But don't talk. Don't look at me." I slipped in quickly, trying not to drip all over the floor. The shelter was tiny, barely big enough for 2 people. We sat opposite ends, tension thick as the steam rising off my soaked clothes. She sat with her arms crossed, tail curled tightly around her ankles, stealing occasional glances at me when she thought I wasn't looking. She was young, maybe my age, maybe younger, but clearly not used to company. I cleared my throat. "So do you live out here?" She glared. "No talking." "Right. Sorry." More silence. Then, after a while, "You're loud. Clumsy. I could hear you half a kilometer away. Guess I'm not much of a scout." A low snort. Was that a laugh? We ended up stuck in there for 4 hours. The second time I saw her, she was following me. I was heading back from a data relay drop when I caught movement in the trees. At first, I thought it was just some wildlife, but then I saw those gray ears twitching behind a bush. I stopped and turned. "You're not very sneaky for a beast girl." She froze, then growled. "I wasn't following you. I was scouting. You just happened to walk where I scout." "Right. Total coincidence." She glared, cheeks already turning violet again. "You're mocking me." No. Just appreciating your excellent stalking technique." She bared her fangs. "Humph. You're stupid." I grinned. "Maybe, but at least I'm not the one blushing." She hissed, then vanished into the underbrush so fast it was like she'd never been there. After that, I started seeing her more often. Sometimes she'd appear near the worksite, perched in a tree watching us dig out the foundations. Other times she'd leave strange little gifts where I walked. Fruit I'd never seen before, or smooth stones arranged in circles. Once, someone from base saw her sprinting off into the trees and called it in as a small forest cryptid. They didn't know her like I did. We didn't speak often, mostly glares, a few words exchanged when she decided I wasn't too annoying. But she always blushed when I smiled at her, and she never really told me her name. So I gave her one. "Naira," I said one day, offering her a nutrient bar. She sniffed it suspiciously, tail flicking. "What's that mean?" "Nothing. Just a name. Fits you." She scowled but didn't correct me, and she took the bar. That day, she sat next to me instead of across the clearing. Our shoulders almost touched. Her ears kept twitching. "You don't belong here," she said quietly. "You're kind. This place. It rejects you." "Maybe," I said, "but I didn't ask to be stationed here. Just doing my job." She tilted her head, watching me for a long moment. "You're different." I smirked. "Because I'm not dead yet." "Because you're not scared." "I am I admitted, but not of you. That made her blush again, deeper this time, and she turned away so fast her ears flapped. One evening, I found her limping. She tried to hide it, of course, acting like everything was fine, but her leg was scratched up badly, and the fur near her thigh was matted with blood. Naira, you're hurt. It's nothing. It's not nothing. Let me help. She growled at me. I don't need. Then I grabbed her gently, cradling her leg, and she froze, completely stiff. I just want to help. She said nothing. Her face was burning now. She refused to meet my gaze. After patching her up with a medkit, she sat silently for a long time, then whispered, "Thank you." That was the first time she didn't growl at me. The last time I saw her was the day my team was pulled out. Terraforming had failed. The planet was too unstable. Orders came from high command. Immediate evacuation. We were gone in 36 hours. I tried to find her, searched the ridge, left markers, called out her name. No answer. Then, just as the dropship engines were warming, I felt a soft tug on my sleeve. She stood there, cloaked in shadows, holding something. A charm, made of twisted vines, feathers, and a shiny black stone in the center. "For you?" she muttered, not looking at me. "Naira, I have to go. They're pulling us out. Maybe forever." She nodded slowly, her voice soft. "I know. I wish I had more time." She hesitated, then stepped forward and did something that shocked me to my core. She leaned up, brushed her forehead lightly against my chest. Her voice trembled. "Stupid human." I smiled, and then she was gone. The door closed, the ship rose, and I watched the jungle disappear beneath the clouds. I still keep the charm. And I still wonder if I'll ever see that tiny alien beast girl again, the one who growled at me to leave, but couldn't hide her blush.